Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be discussing, do strong women end up alone? Now this is a topic that I speak about regularly with my friends, as the majority of the topics I discuss on here are discussions with my friends and other women that are in my life. And this is something that just happens to keep creeping up, so I wanted to come on here and speak with you all and find out how, I don't know, like just find out what you guys think about it and what your opinions are. So for me, the term strong woman means you're a woman, you get things done, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship or not. You know, you're financially independent, you kind of get on with your day to day, you don't necessarily rely on people. Even if you do rely on people, that doesn't mean you're not strong at all. It takes a strong person to be able to, you know, accept defeat sometimes and ask for help. But I guess what I really kind of wanted to focus on is us women. Sometimes when we've had enough of a situation, we've had enough. You know, when a woman leaves a man, as an example, for cheating, for being dishonest, for, I don't know, just a variety of things, you know, she's looked at like a strong woman. As an example, Cardi B and Offset, first people that just popped into my mind. Every time she stays with Offset, people are like, oh, what happened to being a strong, independent woman? You put up with this, that doesn't mean you're strong. But if she was to leave him, we would be like, you know, she's a strong woman. When you look around at the majority of strong women, or women that are deemed as strong, unfortunately, they tend to be alone. I don't know why that is really, but it's just something that I've noticed, and it's quite difficult because, you know, as a woman myself and growing up, you're kind of taught, like in school, this whole fairy tale, like you find somebody and, you know, you happen to fall in love with that person, you get married, you have children, and everything is all perfect and happy. But it doesn't prepare you for the real world and what actually happens. There are a lot of crappy stuff that does happen in relationships that people work through, and they're not always vocal about what they have actually gone through and what they've dealt with. And I would say we're in this generation where a lot of people are just like, oh, this person's not acting right, bin them off, get rid. And to a certain degree, I am one of those people. I am kind of like a no-nonsense girl. But then sometimes I find when you are that type of person, you kind of know your worth, you don't want to settle for less, and sometimes you don't want to, you know, sacrifice on certain things. You get to a point where you think like, wow, am I actually going to end up on my own? And because you just don't want to settle for less. You know what you want, you know what you deserve, you know what you bring to the table, and sometimes you just feel like these people aren't cutting it. Then it's like, on the other hand, are we just being too much of like a strong woman? Are we just not being willing to bend and meet people halfway? And yeah, I just wanted to come on here and just discuss that, really, because I literally go back and forth all the time on what's deemed as too strong, and do men fear really strong women? Is it something that's not attractive to men as well? You know, how strong is too strong? Is there such thing as being too strong? It's a tricky one, so let me know in the comments what you think about that. But just while we're on this topic, I wanted to list some positive points. For me, just being a strong woman just means you know when enough is enough. You know when to walk away from a situation that isn't serving you well, or there's no longer any purpose or love. You also fight for what you believe in. You're not easily influenced, and you just stay true to yourself. That to me defines a strong woman. When you are that type of woman, sometimes you come across men that could be deemed as potentially narcissistic, or I don't know, maybe they just don't like those characteristics, or they feel threatened by that. A lot of women in this generation now as well, like, you know, we're not just at home, we are out working, we are providing for ourselves. I think as well, a lot of males might feel a little bit like out of joint a little bit, like not all, because some men are very modernized and they appreciate a woman who goes out and works and is ambitious and stuff like that, but it seems like problems occur in a relationship, when the woman is fighting for her career, the man's fighting for their career, and there's no like middle ground. That's what I've noticed that seems to like happen around me as well. And the only thing I can put it down into is a woman is being too strong, but at the same time, we've come so far to fight to go out and work, to be independent, to have all these things, yet, you know, it seems like some men, I'm not going to say all, but it seems like some men actually find it quite difficult to deal with strong women. I don't know. This is probably something I could sit and talk about, yeah, for a really long time. There's so many aspects of it. Let's be honest, most men like to be, you know, head of the household. They like to lead their family, like not all, but some men. If you're with a woman who is also like that, I think there becomes that conflict. No, I guess it's just about finding the right person. If you're a woman who is very much career focused and you know what you want out of life, you don't want to settle, that's great and it's really admirable, but you just need to make sure that you find a guy who is happy and is honest with himself, whether he can accept a woman that's like that. Because I think you find some men that are like, oh, it's great, and they admire it from the sidelines, but when they're actually in the situation dealing with that woman, they can't handle the heat. It's just, they can't handle it. But at the same time, you do get men that love strong women, especially men that are, you know, raised by just their mums, when they've seen their mum be strong and, you know, do a lot of things, handle their house, look after their kids, like put food on the table, and they've got really good careers. I think as well, you know, men admire that as well, but again, I think it just comes down to the individual and what each other like, and yeah, what everybody's just happy with. This was obviously quite a chatty video. I didn't want to come on here and say yes, all strong women end up alone or they don't end up alone. There's no right or wrong answer, and actually, who knows, like I said, it does just come down to individual preference. But what I will say is that the more in a powerful position the woman is in terms of her career, the more self-assured she is, you know, the more kind of no nonsense, those women do tend to find it difficult to find a partner. But maybe it's not just, maybe it doesn't just come down to sex. Maybe it could be difficult for men. I don't think it is, but I just think sometimes for women we kind of get put in a box, and it's like, you're too strong, you're not strong enough, you need to be at home with your children. No, you shouldn't be at home with your children, you should still be trying to find your career. And yeah, I think it's quite tricky. I mean, I'm 28 and I'm just still figuring everything out, and I definitely look at relationships and the working world and being a working mum and everything. I look at it completely different now to how I looked at it, you know, like 5 years ago. Just wanted to come on here and have a discussion about that, and if you guys can all let me know in the comments section your thoughts, it'd be great to hear what you guys all think. So to follow me on my social media, my Instagram is @womanoverload, or you can go directly to my website, which is www.womanoverload.com. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.